Farmers and tribes are joining forces to protect salmon in the Northwest. Some farmers are even cutting back on their crops to keep more river water flowing. Meteorologist Leah Pizzetti with our Environment Northwest team takes us to the Olympic Peninsula to see how it works.
The sunshine in Sequim is the perfect place to farm. A grueling lifestyle, fourth-generation dairy farmer Ben Smith
Yes.
knows firsthand.
Busy's good though, right? Stay out of trouble.
His family milked 400 dairy cows at their peak. They also farm hay for the animals, corn silage, barley, and vegetable seeds.
We're farming right now about 1,000 acres.
But it's not just sun needed to farm, it's access to water also. In recent, decreasing rain and mountain snow is lowering river levels where they irrigate to water their crops, having a domino effect.
We have a limited resource in water. We have, decreasing fish runs, and we have a need to produce food.
It's already a dry place to live thanks to the Olympic Mountains. While the coastal side of the mountains soaks up more than 100 inches of rain per year on average, this side's totals are around just 17 inches thanks to the rain shadow, which is essentially when the mountains suck up all the moisture coming from the Pacific. That is felt in the nearby Dungeness River, where dry weather, drought, and farmers irrigating leaves little water for spawning salmon.
The Sklallam will very frequently refer to themselves as salmon people.
Huntsy Halls, director of natural resources for the Jamestown Sklallam tribe, says the tribe had already worked to rehab this river when drought conditions worsened.
Now we have habitat, we have fish, and we're watching, well, what else is going on to limit fish? And we're seeing that in the last several seasons, we've had declared drought.
Here, there are multiple players with one shared goal, so they teamed up to keep the river flowing.
Water can be sort of this contentious thing, but here everybody knows it's important for human use, but also for the environment. So you have all these different groups that are really wanting to work together and find an answer to keep as much water in stream to help the salmon.
Chris Zernecki with the nonprofit Washington Water Trust says they've now started implementing a new system during drought years, and they saw the success this summer.
We work with the farmers, and they opt into this program where they can choose not to irrigate their land for the last month of the irrigation season, so in August and September, and instead that water stays in stream where it helps the fish that are returning from the ocean at that time.
When water levels are at their critical lowest and salmon are returning to spawn, the farmers get paid to stop irrigating and farming.
We gathered our data and said, okay, if we lose our last crop, we know what that production loss is, and said, this is what it's going to take to make us whole for that last cutting that we're basically foregoing by not irrigating.
Which can be a quarter of their season lost. But a necessary element for this setup is funding, which comes from the Department of Ecology and Amazon, who pledged $750,000 over 3 years.
You can't ask them to do something for nothing, but you have corporations that have water stewardship goals like we do with funding available.
And it's working.
That's been a great tool in our toolbox as a community to help both keep ag whole during those low flow drought years, basically being able to use those funds to go out and purchase the feed that we're not able to produce on our farm.
The ultimate goal, keeping water in the river for our precious salmon. They're seeing the multiple salmon species that swim through this water are returning and spawning, something everyone is glad to see.
They've been in trouble, the populations have been declining recently, so it's really important that we don't let these salmon species, again, this incredible symbol of the people in Washington, go away. We have to protect them and help them come back.
For Environment Northwest, I'm meteorologist Leah Pizzetti.